Warning for seniors, the truth about milk after 60. If you're over 60 and still drinking milk that promises strength, comfort, or nostalgia, I need to raise a serious concern. One of those milks may be silently harming your erections. Yes, you heard that right. What you pour into your glass every morning could be restricting blood flow, reducing your testosterone levels, and weakening the very part of your manhood you've tried so hard to maintain. Yet, no one ever discusses it. I'm Dr. Jhon, and after more than 30 years of helping older men deal with fatigue, memory issues, joint pain, and yes, declining bedroom performance, I can tell you this: the decline you're experiencing isn't always because of age. Sometimes it's something as seemingly innocent as milk that's gradually turning your vitality into struggle. The reality is that many older adults think they're making healthy choices when picking up popular milks from the store, especially if the label says plant-based, fortified, or low-fat. However, here's what you're not being told: some of those milks are actually draining your energy, harming your heart, and increasing your risk for fractures, blood sugar imbalances, and cognitive decline. That's why, in this video, I'll reveal the 4 types of milk you should avoid after 60. More importantly, I'll also share 4 powerful alternatives you should switch to instead. These aren't just replacements, they're strategic upgrades that can protect your bones, improve your memory, reduce inflammation, and naturally support strong, lasting erections. Stick with me because the first milk we'll uncover may be sitting in your fridge right now. Let's get started. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you never miss a health tip tailored for men over 60. If this topic resonates with you, or if you've ever wondered whether the milk you drink is helping or hurting your health, just type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and let me know how I can improve these videos to better serve you. Let's begin with the truth that most men never hear from their doctors: the 4 milks you should never drink after 60. These are everyday choices that seem harmless, even healthy, but inside your body, they're doing silent harm. They're weakening your heart, disrupting your hormones, and quietly draining your strength, energy, and erections. Let's uncover them one by one. 1. Whole milk, the silent heartbreaker in your fridge. There's a reason why this one can be difficult to talk about. Whole milk isn't just a beverage for many of us, it's a memory. I remember mornings with my father when he would pour a tall glass of whole milk next to his eggs, strong and steady, the way men were supposed to be. Back then, we believed whole milk meant strength, bone health, and manliness. And perhaps for a time it did. But the truth we didn't know, and what science now clearly reveals, is that after age 60, whole milk turns into something very different, something dangerous. You see, as we age, the body begins. Milk after 60, the hidden dangers lurking in your glass. As we age, subtle changes occur in our bodies. Our arteries become stiffer, metabolism slows down, testosterone levels drop. And foods that once didn't affect us begin to have a greater impact than we realize. Whole milk is one of those foods. It's packed with saturated fat, over 4.5 grams per cup. While that might not seem like much for an aging heart, it's more than enough to quietly block arteries, elevate bad cholesterol, and put unnecessary strain on the cardiovascular system. Let's be clear, clogged arteries don't just affect your heart. Blood flow is essential. It powers your brain, muscles, and yes, your erections. When blood can't flow freely, it can't reach the areas where it's needed the most. This leads to slower, weaker, and less enduring performance, not just in the bedroom but also in daily activities. But that's not all. Whole milk also contributes to weight gain. As muscle mass naturally decreases after 60, every extra calorie counts against you. A glass of whole milk contains nearly 150 calories. If you're still drinking a few glasses daily out of habit, those calories start to accumulate around your waist, your joints, and even affect your insulin levels. For seniors managing blood sugar, whole milk can make insulin resistance worse and increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes over time. Here's another issue many men don't realize: that daily glass of milk might be contributing to your digestive discomfort. After 60, many adults develop some level of lactose intolerance, even if they never had problems before. The gas, bloating, fatigue, or sluggish feeling you experience after breakfast might not be due to age, it could be the lactose. But because milk is so familiar, so trusted, we rarely question it. I've had patients look me in the eye and say, "Doc, I don't eat junk food. I just have my cereal and milk every morning like I always did." And I have to gently inform them that this habit might be quietly draining their strength, energy, and blood flow without them even realizing it. So what can you do? Start by asking yourself the tough question: is this habit truly serving the man I am today, or is it just a leftover routine from the past? After 60, strength doesn't come from nostalgia, it comes from knowledge. And now you have that knowledge. But this next milk doesn't even try to pretend it's healthy. It's sweet, thick, and loaded with memories, but also with something far more dangerous. If you're adding it to your coffee or desserts, it's time to take a closer look. Let's talk about the sugar trap lurking in plain sight: sweetened condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk, the sugar bomb that harms your brain and bedroom. There's something about sweetened condensed milk that strikes at the heart before it even affects your body. Perhaps it reminds you of holidays with your grandkids, cherished family recipes passed down through generations, or that extra spoonful you add to your morning coffee on quiet days. I get it, I've seen it in my own family. That nostalgic sweetness brings comfort, making it feel harmless. But what most men over 60 don't realize is that what feels like a comforting memory might actually be working against your health. Sweetened condensed milk is a sugar bomb disguised as a treat. Just 1 tablespoon contains about 10 grams of added sugar, but let's be honest, no one uses just 1 tablespoon. It's thick, rich, and incredibly addictive. That slow pour might seem insignificant, but it hits your body like a freight train, rapidly spiking your blood sugar, overburdening your pancreas, and paving the way for insulin resistance. For men already nearing prediabetes or dealing with type 2 diabetes, that innocent drizzle can cause long-term harm. You won't feel it right away, but the damage is happening silently and will only become apparent once it's too late. And here's something important to remember: sugar doesn't only affect your waistline, it also impacts your brain. Recent studies reveal that consistently consuming high levels of sugar, like those in sweetened condensed milk, can accelerate cognitive decline. Researchers have even begun referring to Alzheimer's as type 3 diabetes due to the strong relationship between blood sugar and brain function. If you've ever experienced mental fog, forgotten what you were about to say, or lost your train of thought mid-sentence, don't just dismiss it as a sign of aging. There's a high likelihood that your diet is clouding your mental clarity. But that's not all. Sugar, particularly in concentrated forms, is a major contributor to inflammation. And inflammation is a key enemy of male health. It messes with your hormones, damages your blood vessels, restricts circulation, and yes, contributes to erectile dysfunction. If you've noticed a drop in stamina, drive, or confidence, it may not just be part of getting older, it could be the sugar you thought was harmless. Let's not forget digestion. The thick, syrupy texture of sweetened condensed milk slows down your gut, leading to bloating, sluggishness, and fatigue. It drains your energy not just physically but emotionally as well. I've seen too many men shrink inside themselves, feeling weak, dull, and disconnected simply because the foods they loved were secretly sapping their vitality. I'm not here to take away the joy of your favorite foods, I'm here to help you regain control. Sweetened condensed milk may be tied to fond memories, but it has no place in a body that wants to stay sharp, strong, and sexually vital after 60. You deserve better fuel for your body. Speaking of misleading comforts, the next milk we're about to reveal comes with a healthy label. It says plant-based, it says gentle, but beneath its friendly appearance lies a toxic secret that could be weakening your bones and overburdening your kidneys. Let's uncover the truth about rice milk. Rice milk, the bone-weakened, kidney-damaging imposter. There was a time when I thought rice milk was one of the safest, gentlest options on the market. I had patients who switched to it feeling proud of their healthy decision. And honestly, I can't blame them. The label looks clean, it's plant-based, and it sounds harmless, if not comforting, like something light, smooth, and easy on the system. But what I've learned and what I need you to understand is that rice milk may actually be one of the most deceptive choices a man over 60 can make. Here's the harsh truth: rice milk is primarily made up of processed white rice and water. While it sounds simple, it's far from an ideal choice for your health. Rice milk might seem like a healthy choice, but it's far from ideal. 1 cup of rice milk contains barely any protein, no healthy fats, and very few vitamins or minerals. This is a serious concern for older men, especially after the age of 60. Our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle mass as we age, and without enough protein in our diet each day, it's not just strength that we lose stability, mobility, and confidence. But the problem doesn't stop with muscle loss. What most people don't realize is that rice naturally absorbs a toxic element from the soil, arsenic. When this is concentrated into rice milk, the arsenic doesn't just disappear. It accumulates in your body, slowly putting strain on your kidneys and liver over time. I've reviewed blood work from patients who drink rice milk every day, and I've seen their kidney markers rise quietly and dangerously without any symptoms. For men already managing high blood pressure or blood sugar issues, this becomes a double threat. And here's something that most labels won't tell you: rice milk has an extremely high glycemic index. This means it causes your blood sugar to spike quickly, almost like soda. For men managing prediabetes or diabetes, whether they realize it or not, those daily spikes can throw your metabolism out of balance. You'll start feeling drained, irritable, and maybe even foggy-headed. And when the sugar crashes come, you'll likely reach for more food, more carbs, and the cycle continues. This isn't aging, it's blood sugar whiplash from the wrong kind of fuel. Let's not overlook digestion. Rice milk provides no fiber to support your gut. In fact, it can actually worsen bloating and sluggish digestion in some men, especially when the sweetened varieties are involved. What you're left with is a drink that gives your body almost nothing it needs and too much of what it can't handle. I always tell my patients, don't be misled by soft colors and appealing packaging. Health isn't in the branding, it's in the biology. And rice milk is a hollow promise with real consequences. But if you think that's sneaky, just wait until you hear what's next. There's one last milk that's marketed like a superfood, but it hides behind vanilla flavors, chocolate swirls, and health buzzwords. It's the most seductive of them all and perhaps the most damaging. Let's uncover the truth about flavored plant-based milks. Flavored plant-based milks, sweet sabotage in disguise. Over the years, the dairy aisle has transformed dramatically. What was once lined with cow's milk and cream is now filled with almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk, and soy milk, available in every flavor imaginable: vanilla, chocolate, hazelnut, and more. These plant-based alternatives are often labeled with terms like fortified, heart-healthy, or low-fat. For seniors looking to make healthier choices, they may seem like the perfect option. But here's what I tell my patients: never trust a label that tastes like dessert. Flavored plant-based milks may sound like a healthy choice, but many of them are quietly sabotaging your health from the inside out. The number one culprit? Sugar. Some of these flavored milks contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per cup. That's as much as some sugary sodas. The hidden dangers of flavored plant-based milks. After 60 flavored plant-based milks often contain hidden sugars, and I'm not just talking about the obvious names like sugar. These milks can secretly hide sweeteners under labels like cane juice, agave, or even fruit concentrate, but your body treats them all the same. That excess sugar does more than just expand your waistline. It raises your blood sugar, puts extra stress on your pancreas, and triggers inflammation. And inflammation, especially chronic inflammation, is a direct threat to your energy, testosterone levels, and ability to maintain strong erections. I've seen it countless times, men struggling with performance and confidence without realizing that the flavored milk in their morning smoothie could be quietly but consistently contributing to the issue. But sugar isn't the only concern. Many of these milks are thickened and stabilized with additives such as gums, emulsifiers, and artificial flavors. These ingredients are used to mimic a creamy texture or prolong shelf life, but they can also disrupt your gut microbiome, irritate your digestion, and interfere with hormone regulation. For men over 60 who are already dealing with a natural decline in digestive strength and hormone balance, these additives can be especially harmful. There's also the issue of synthetic vitamins. While the term fortified might sound like a benefit, the reality is that some of these vitamins are added in forms that aren't easily absorbed by aging bodies. You may think you're getting a boost of calcium or B12, but if your body can't properly absorb it, it's essentially useless, just marketing fluff. It may look appealing on the carton, but it's not providing the benefits where they truly matter. I remember one patient telling me proudly, "I switched to chocolate almond milk. It's plant-based, so it must be good, right?" He genuinely believed he was making a healthier choice, but what he didn't realize was that his daily glass of flavored milk was flooding his body with sugar, additives, and hormone-disrupting chemicals, while providing almost none of the nourishment he thought it was giving him. This is the danger of foods that are disguised as healthy. They're sweet, tempting, and silently pulling you away from the vitality and confidence you truly deserve. But here's the good news: not all milk is the enemy. In fact, there are milks that do the opposite. They protect your heart, support your joints, fuel your brain, and even help strengthen your erections naturally. Now, let's talk about the 4 milks you should be drinking after 60 and why they might just transform your health. 1. Fermented soy milk. A glass of strength, balance, and brain fuel. There's something truly powerful about making the decision to change, not because you're afraid of getting older, but because you're ready to grow wiser. I've sat with many men who said, "Doc, I don't just want to live longer, I want to feel stronger, think clearer, sleep better, and, if I'm honest, I want to feel like a man again." That's where fermented soy milk comes into play. Unlocking the power of fermented soy milk after 60. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Soy milk? That's not exactly what most men would consider masculine. I thought the same once too, but that was before I understood the difference between regular soy milk and fermented soy milk and what it can actually do for an aging body. This isn't just a dairy alternative, it's real, functional, age-appropriate fuel for your muscles, memory, digestion, and yes, your manhood. Let's begin with protein. As you age, your body's natural ability to maintain muscle mass declines rapidly. Fermented soy milk provides complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids that your body needs to preserve muscle strength. I've had patients in their late 60s and early 70s who started drinking a glass of fermented soy milk daily, and within weeks they reported feeling steadier on their feet, less fatigued, and more confident in their bodies again. But the benefits don't end with muscle strength. Fermented soy milk is also rich in isoflavones, plant-based compounds that support hormonal balance and brain function. These compounds have been shown to protect memory, slow cognitive decline, and may even lower your risk of Alzheimer's disease. When your brain feels sharper, your world feels larger, you remember names, you finish your thoughts, and you regain control over your mind. And let's not forget digestion. This is where fermentation truly shines. Fermentation makes soy milk easier to digest, more absorbable, and even adds natural probiotics, those beneficial bacteria your gut needs to function properly. For older adults dealing with gas, bloating, or irregular bowel movements, this gentle support can be a daily blessing. A glass of fermented soy milk in the morning or even warm in the evening can soothe your stomach and help your digestive system operate with less strain. One of my patients once told me, "I didn't think anything could help me sleep better, but since switching to this, I'm sleeping through the night and waking up with energy I haven't felt in years." That's the power of something as simple and often overlooked as fermented soy milk. It may not come with flashy packaging or sugary flavors, but it delivers where it truly counts. If you're looking for a real step forward, something that nourishes not just your body but your entire daily experience of life, this is where you start. Now, if you thought soy milk was surprising, wait until you hear about the next option. It's light, smooth, and often underestimated, but beneath its gentle taste lies a brain-boosting, heart-strengthening powerhouse. Especially if you choose the right kind. Let's dive into the benefits of unsweetened almond milk. 2. Unsweetened almond milk, brain-boosting, heart-strengthening simplicity. It's easy to overlook something as light as almond milk. It doesn't have the thick consistency of cow's milk or the rich boldness of cream. It's quiet, subtle, almost too simple to be powerful. But sometimes, especially after 60, the simplest things carry the deepest impact. The benefits of choosing the right milk after 60. Unsweetened almond milk is a perfect example of how simple choices can be powerful. I recall one patient in his mid-70s, a retired mechanic named Joe, telling me, "Doc, I don't need anything fancy, I need something that works." Joe had just switched from flavored oat milk to unsweetened almond milk, and within weeks, he noticed significant improvements. His energy became more stable, his blood pressure readings improved, and, most importantly, he felt physically and mentally lighter. This wasn't just a coincidence. Unsweetened almond milk is a quiet powerhouse. First, it's completely free from cholesterol and very low in saturated fats, exactly what your heart needs as you age. After 60, your heart doesn't recover like it once did, so it requires clean, simple fuel to function. Almond milk provides that. It's also rich in monounsaturated fats, the healthy fats found in olive oil, known for lowering bad cholesterol and supporting better circulation. Improved blood flow means a healthier heart, and for many men, better performance where it counts the most. What truly sets almond milk apart, especially for aging men, is its high vitamin E content. This potent antioxidant helps protect brain cells from oxidative stress. In simple terms, it keeps your brain sharper for longer. Research has shown that vitamin E may help slow cognitive decline and support memory retention in older adults. While almond milk may look unassuming, each glass is quietly protecting your mind from the fog that many men begin to accept as normal. Another reason I love unsweetened almond milk is that it contains no added sugar. This is crucial because so many men over 60 already deal with blood sugar fluctuations, insulin resistance, or full-blown type 2 diabetes. When you choose almond milk without sweeteners, you're sparing your body from those daily sugar spikes and crashes that can drain your energy, affect your mood, and, over time, damage your blood vessels. Let's not forget digestion. Unsweetened almond milk is gentle on the gut, making it an ideal choice for men who've struggled with bloating, discomfort, or mild lactose intolerance. It's a soothing alternative that won't leave you feeling heavy or gassy. It works beautifully in morning coffee, cereal, smoothies, or even just cold in a glass. With only 30 to 40 calories per cup, it's also a great option for managing your weight without sacrificing satisfaction. Almond milk may be simple, but it's powerful. In a world full of complicated health advice, sometimes going back to basics is the smartest decision a man can make. Now, if you struggle with falling asleep or staying asleep, or if your bones feel weaker than they used to, you're going to want to hear about this next milk. It's warm, calming, and designed to support your rest, digestion, and skeletal health. Let's talk about the hidden benefits of calcium-fortified oat milk. 3. Calcium-fortified oat milk, comfort for bones and restful sleep. As we get older, what we often need most is comfort, not the kind that comes from indulgence, but the kind that gently supports us when we need it most. That's exactly what calcium-fortified oat milk offers. It might not grab your attention on the grocery shelf, but it quietly provides what an aging body truly needs: strength, stability, and peace. I remember speaking with Robert, a soft-spoken man in his late 60s. He shared how his nights were restless, his knees ached when he stood up, and he often lay awake wondering if the dull pain was a sign of something worse. "I'm not afraid of getting older," he said, "but I'm afraid of losing my independence." That's a fear many men don't voice, but I hear it often. When we took a closer look at Robert's diet, I saw something was missing: enough calcium and vitamin D to support his bones and enough calming nutrients to improve his sleep. That's when I recommended incorporating fortified oat milk into his evening routine. Calcium-fortified oat milk is packed with two critical nutrients, calcium and vitamin D. After 60, bone loss accelerates. This isn't just a theory, it's a biological fact. For men, brittle bones often don't become an issue until something fractures, like a hip or vertebrae, which can change everything: your mobility, confidence, and independence. By adding just 1 cup of fortified oat milk each day, you're giving your body the raw materials it needs to maintain bone density and reduce the risk of fractures. But the benefits don't stop there. Oat milk contains a powerful soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which binds to excess cholesterol and helps flush it from your system. This is especially helpful for men managing heart health or dealing with borderline cholesterol levels. Oat milk isn't just soothing to taste, it's soothing to your entire cardiovascular system. Here's something many men don't expect. Oat milk, especially when warmed at night, can actually help you sleep better. There's something in its smooth texture and gentle sweetness that signals to your nervous system that it's time to unwind. It doesn't knock you out, it settles you in. For men struggling with nighttime restlessness or racing thoughts, that quiet signal can make a real difference. Oat milk also benefits digestion. It's naturally free from lactose and most irritants, making it an excellent choice for those who have struggled with dairy discomfort. It helps regulate bowel movements, reduce bloating, and ease morning sluggishness. After making the switch to warm oat milk about an hour before bed each night, Robert came back a month later and said, "I feel like I'm sleeping deeper, and in the mornings I don't feel as stiff." That's not a miracle. That's the power of giving your body exactly what it's been missing. Now we come to the final milk. This one may be unfamiliar to most men, but it does far more than just protect your heart, brain, and joints. It fights inflammation from the inside out, supports hormonal balance, and may even help restore blood flow where it's needed most. Let's talk about flax milk. The quiet champion for men over 60. Flax milk stands as a true powerhouse, especially for men over 60. There's a certain quiet frustration I see in many older men. It's not just about energy loss or stiffer joints. It's the feeling of slipping away from the man they once were. You don't always voice it, but I see it in your questions and hesitations. Why don't I feel as sharp as I used to? Why am I so much more tired? Why can't I perform the way I did before? These are not small matters. They are deeply important, and sometimes the solution isn't another pill or an overly complicated diet. Sometimes it's as simple as choosing the right milk. This is where flax milk comes into play. While it might not be the most popular option on the shelf, it's certainly one of the most powerful, particularly for men over 60. Flax milk is naturally rich in ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, omega-3 fatty acids, which play a critical role in reducing inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is a silent destroyer. It wears down your joints, slows cognitive function, stiffens blood vessels, and even interferes with your hormonal health. By adding a daily dose of flax milk, you're providing your body with the anti-inflammatory support it needs to start healing rather than just coping. I had a patient in his early 70s named Jim who came to me complaining of persistent joint pain and increasing mental fog. He didn't want to rely on pain medication and he hated the mid-morning energy dips. We added flax milk into his daily routine, just 1 cup in his cereal or smoothie. 3 weeks later, he returned and said, "Doc, I don't know what it is, but I feel a little clearer and my knees aren't bothering me like they used to." That's the kind of quiet, real change that makes a significant difference in daily life. But here's what most men truly want to know but may not always ask: does it help in the bedroom? The answer is yes. Flax milk supports blood flow. When your arteries are more flexible and less inflamed, circulation improves not just to your brain and heart, but to your lower regions as well. Omega-3s have been linked to healthier testosterone levels and improved vascular response, both essential for strong, lasting erections. And the benefits don't end there. Flax milk is also fortified with calcium, vitamin D, and B12, all of which support energy, nerve health, and mood regulation. It's lactose-free, cholesterol-free, and incredibly gentle on the digestive system. No bloating, no sluggishness, just clean, plant-based nourishment that works with your body, not against it. For men looking for a milk that doesn't just taste good but actually provides real benefits, this is it. Whether you add it to your coffee, blend it into a shake, or drink it straight, flax milk provides daily support for your mind, body, and manhood. Now that you've seen what to avoid and what to choose, let's bring it all together. The final takeaway from this video may just be the most important health decision you make this year. Let's wrap it up with a clear next step, something you can start tomorrow morning. Conclusion: a new milk, a new life. As a doctor who has spent over 3 decades helping men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, I've learned that the most powerful health decisions are rarely dramatic. They're not always about surgery or medication. Often, they're about small, quiet choices: what you eat, how you move, and yes, what you pour into your glass each morning. Those small daily decisions shape the man you are and the life you get to live. Today, we uncovered a truth that's been hiding in plain sight. The wrong milk can silently damage your body in ways you may never connect until you see the signs show up in your joints, blood pressure, blood sugar, memory, or even your ability to function as a man. We've exposed 4 of the worst offenders: whole milk with its artery-clogging fats, sweetened condensed milk with its brain-draining sugar, rice milk with its protein deficiency and arsenic buildup, and flavored plant-based milks with their hidden additives and hormone disruptors. These aren't small problems, they're quiet threats that can steal your strength over time without ever making a sound. But this isn't just a warning, it's a roadmap forward. We've also highlighted 4 milks that not only nourish but heal. Fermented soy milk with its complete protein and brain-boosting isoflavones. Unsweetened almond milk, light and clean, feeding your heart and sharpening your mind. Calcium-fortified oat milk, supporting your bones and calming your sleep. And flax milk, the omega-3 powerhouse that works from the inside out to restore joints, improve circulation, and support your most vital functions as a man. You don't have to make all these changes at once. In fact, I encourage you to start with just one switch. Replace the milk you know isn't serving you with one that offers real support. Try it for a week and see how you feel. Then build from there. Change doesn't come from shame. It comes from awareness and the decision to do better with what you now know. I've had men tell me, "Doc, I didn't think a glass of milk could change anything." Then, weeks later, they come back standing taller, thinking clearer, and saying, "I didn't realize how heavy I'd been feeling until I finally felt light again." That's the beauty of this stage in life. You're not too old to change. You're just old enough to understand what truly matters. So here's what I'll leave you with. Every sip is a choice. And when you make that choice with intention, wisdom, and care for the body you've carried all these years, it adds up to stronger bones, sharper thinking, better sleep, deeper energy, and yes, greater confidence in every part of your life. Because growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means growing smarter. And that starts with what you choose to fuel the next chapter of your life. Now, the decision is in your hands. What will you pour into your glass tomorrow morning? If this video helped you even in a small way, please take a moment to click like. It lets me know this message mattered. Share it with a friend, a brother, or someone you care about who needs to hear this too. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Just type, "I'm making the switch," if you're ready to take that first step. If you believe in this kind of honest, life-changing health advice for men over 60, consider supporting the channel. Your donation helps us reach more people, create more powerful content, and continue serving this community with heart and purpose. Thank you for being here and for choosing to live wiser, stronger, and better.